So my dear students, now let us continue the last session, that is the determination of molecular formula and the structure of a particular sample here. Now in the previous session I told you about the, so see here I will, so see here. So in the previous session I told you about the nitrogen rule and the double bond equivalence here. And by using this nitrogen rule and the double bond equivalence, generally we have to determine the molecular formula, and also we can determine the structure, and we will see some problems with their solutions here. So in this lecture I will explain you about the determination of a molecular formula. If India, if a particular question, if it explain the m plus 1 peaks and m plus 2 peaks here. So let us understand one by one. So first, let us discuss a molecular formula. How can we determine the molecular formula for a particular structure by using a spectrum here? So let us understand. If you take a sample here, and this is an instrument here, so you are getting a particular spectrum like this. And by using this particular spectrum, we have to determine the molecular formula and that particular structure of that particular sample here. So this is a particular sample here, and we have to, this is an instrument here, and we are injecting this particular sample and we are getting the spectrum here. And here in this particular spectrum, generally it is have the m plus peak and m plus 1 peak, and even it is having the m plus 2 peaks here. So by using that isotopic peak and everything, we will understand the determination of the molecular formula and the structure, and we will also discuss some questions with some questions with their other solutions also. So let us understand all these things here. So first, so let us understand here determination of the molecular formula here. So generally we can determine the molecular formula and structure from by the two ways here, from isotopic peak and the high resolution mass spectroscopy here. So here you have to understand that from isotopic intensities. So isotopic intensities, that means what? So the if you take the chlorine, which is 35 is a isotope, and which is 37, which is also another isotope for the chlorine here. So that means these two are called the isotopes here. You can take for the hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 3, these three are the isotopes for the hydrogen here. Now we can determine the molecular formula by using this isotopic intensities here. You can take the bromine. So bromine, which is 79, and the bromine, which is also 81 here. So like this is m, and this is m plus 2 peak here. So like this we can determine the molecular by using these isotopes here. And the second one, which is high resolution mass spectrometry. High resolution mass spectrometry. So actually this high resolution mass spectrometry, it is not having any particular calculation. We can simply directly we can see the molecular formula in that particular spectrum here. So actually in this particular high resolution spectrometry, there is an instrument here. So in this particular instrument, this is very high resolution mass spectrometer. So that means that it can easily differentiate each isotope here. So it can easily differentiate the isotope mean. So if you take the chlorine here, so for the chlorine 35 and the chlorine 37, you will get the peak, the adjacent peak like this. It is in case of the normal spectrometry. But in case of this high resolution spectrometry, you will get the separate peak for each isotope here. So for every isotope, you will get different peaks. So that is a high resolution mass spectrometry. So అంటే ఇక్కడ రెండు స్పెక్ట్రోమెట్రిక్ మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఒకటి నార్మల్ ది, ఇంకోటి హై రెజల్యూషన్ స్పెక్ట్రోమెట్రీ. సో హై రెజల్యూషన్ స్పెక్ట్రోకి నార్మల్ కి తేడా ఏంటి అంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ if you take simple example, see here. So generally in case of the high resolution spectrometry, so in case of the high resolution spectrometry, so if you take the normal, you will get the spectrum lines like this. So if you take the bromine, you will get the lines like this. So it is m peak, this is and m plus 2 peak here. This is m and this is m plus 2 peak here. Like this, you will get the normal peaks in the general isotopic, general normal spectrometer. But in case of the high resolution spectra, you will get the separate peaks. You will get the separate peaks for the different isotopes here. So you can take here. So let's see here. So let us take here. So you can take here like this. So for this isotope, you will get two peaks like this. This is the chlorine 35 and this is the fluorine 37. Like this, you will get the two separate peaks in the high resolution spectrometer. But if you take the normal general, you will get the simply like this. So you will get the adjacent peak like this. This is called the isotopic peak in the normal spectrometer. So that is the case. So let us understand here. So we have to discuss this particularly from isotopic intensity and high resolution mass spectrometry. So we have to discuss these two things here. So let us understand the first one, which is with a normal spectrometer, and we have to determine the molecular formula and the structure by using the isotopic intensities. So by using the isotopic intensities, we can determine the molecular formula here. So we can decide the particular structure also. So these are the 6 rules which are, you have to remember these rules here. So you have to remember these rules first. So these rules are very, very important rules which are very, very important here. So these 6 rules are very, very important. So to identify the structure of a particular molecule, see these rules here. So check whether, particularly see here. So in this, see here, the check whether M plus peak is 100%. If not, make it to 100% to give M plus 1 and M plus 2 peak intensity values. Applying nitrogen rule to know the number of nitrogen atoms. And M plus 1 peak is used to calculate the number of carbons. M plus 2 peak is used to find out the presence of chlorine and bromine. Remaining mass is for the leftover atoms with the hydrogen. So if not possible with nitrogen, hydrogen, check for oxygen by adding up here. So we will understand all these things. We will understand all these 6 points by taking one example here. So see here. So let us understand this example here. So in a mass spectrum here, so we let us take the spectrum like this. So it is a spectrum here. So this is a sample here. Actually, the sample is this one here. So whatever the sample, this is a sample here, and this sample is injected in a spectrometer, and you are getting a particular spectrum like this. And now the values you will get the spectrum like this. So like M plus and M plus 1, M plus 2, you are getting these values like this. 72, 73, and 74 here, and the relative abundance of them, which is 73, 3.3, 0.2 here. So you have to understand that let us take the M plus 1 peak here with 72 here. Let us take it is a 70, it is particularly 72 here. And the next one, which is M plus 1 with 70. So see here. So this is the M plus peak here. Then what is M plus 1 here? What is M plus 2 here? So generally M plus 2 is available for the chlorine and the bromine. So that is, I already told you in the previous session for the isotopic peaks here. So chlorine ki bromine ki maatrame general ga manaku M plus 2 untadi. Other వేరే వాటికి ఉండవు. So once again I will tell you all those things. See here. So M is nothing but M ante mana sample nana. So if it is a chlorine, the mass is generally it is 35. బట్ M plus 2 అంటే దాని అర్థం ఏంటి అంటే మాస్ 2 పెరగాలి. దట్ ఈస్ క్లోరిన్ 35, సారీ 37. సో మాస్ అనేది 2 పెరగాలి. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ బ్రోమిన్, 79 is the general mass, and the bromine which is 81 is also another mass. In the nature, the abundance which is 50% this one and the 50% is this one here, and this is 75% is 35 and the 25% is the second one here. And see, you have to understand these two isotopes with their natural abundance here. So if bromine అనేది 79 ఉంటుంది, bromine 81 కూడా ఉంటుంది. So for these two here, bromine 79 and the bromine 81 here. So these two we are getting here. And ఇక్కడ chlorine కి అయితే ఇవి రెండు. సో ఇక్కడ క్లోరిన్ అండ్ బ్రోమిన్, సో ఇవి రెండు మాత్రమే మనకు ఐసోటోపిక్స్ లో M+2 ఉంటాయి. సో అదేంటి మరి మిగతా కార్బన్ ఉండయా అంటే C12, C13, C14. సో మనకు ఇప్పుడు C12 ఉంది, C14 కూడా M+2. ఇది M అయితే ఇది M+1, ఇది M+2 అవుతుంది. మరి అదేంటి C14 ఉండదా అంటే ఉంటది, బట్ ద అబండెన్స్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ లెస్, 0.00082 సంథింగ్ ద పర్సెంటేజ్ విల్ బి లైక్ దిస్. So it is very, very less, which is very negligible. So in the general periodic table, whatever the elements we have used in the mass spectrometry, so majorly the chlorine and the bromine. So these two are very, very important things here. So remember these two here. So first one, which is a chlorine 35 will exist here, and the chlorine which is 37 also it will exist here. For the chlorine 35, generally in the nature 75% it is available, and it is 25%, it is available in the nature. If you take the bromine 79 and the bromine 81 here, so in the nature generally it will available, that is 50%, and it is also 50%. So hence the ratio in the spectrum, you will get the, these are in a 3:1 ratio. See here 75 and the 25. So you will get the isotopic weak with the 3:1 ratio, but here you will get the 50-50 here. So you will get the ratio which is 1:1 ratio here. So that is the two cases here. So you will get the chlorine and the bromine as M+2 peak here. So but you will never get the M+1 for the chlorine and the bromine here. క్లోరిన్ కి బ్రోమిన్ కి మనకు ఎప్పుడు కూడా M+2నే వస్తుంది. సో వేరే వాటికి అసలు M+2 రానే రాదు. సో ఇక్కడ 0 అంటే అసలు M+2 లేనట్టు, అంటే ఆ శాంపుల్ లో క్లోరిన్ లేనట్టు. సో ఇక్కడ క్లోరిన్ ఉందా చూడండి, ఇక్కడ లేనే లేదు. సో క్లోరిన్ లేదు, దట్ ఈస్ 0.2. అండ్ the M+1 ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుంది మరి? M+1 which is used to measure the number of carbons here. Number of carbons generally here. So M+1 means you can take the carbon which is C12 and the C13 here. So that is C12 and the C13. So this is M and this is M+1 here. And in the nature, this is 98.9% which is available here. But here this is 1.1% in the nature, it is available here. So that is the relative, the natural abundance of it. So here you have to understand that. So it is M peak here, this is the M+1 peak here. So by using this M+1 peak, we can identify a particular structure, particular molecular formula, and see here. So in this is the question here, and this is the actual the final formula, this is the answer here. But you have to get the answer by understanding the question here, M+ and M+1, M+2, everything you have to understand this. So you have to find out the final answer will be like this, C4H8O, and even you have to draw the possible structures for that C4H8O here. So see here. So let us understand this question here. So first, M+ is given, M+1 is there, and M+2 is there. So remember that always here. So generally, if you draw the particular mass spectrum, so remember that. So always on y-axis, generally it is 100%. So generally there will be a 100% for every base peak here. So let us write here. So this is the 100 here. So whatever the base peak here, that is always 100 here. So the relative abundance, this is the maximum at only 100 here. Remember that. So then see here, it is given as 73 here. And see the values of this. So M/Z, first one which is 72, 73, and 74. Okay, very good here. That means the total sample here. So if you take the chlorine which is 35 and the chlorine 37 is there. But if it is included like this, so if it is included like this, so now the sample, the total may be 72, 73, and the 74 like this. The M/Z values like this. And these are the M/Z values, nothing but the mass values here. And their relative abundance are 73, 3.3, and the 0.3, the relative abundance of them. So if you take the spectrum, here, so if you draw the spectrum for that, so that is 73. So if you draw the spectrum here, you have to draw them. So see here, so at 70, this is 72, so this is 73, this is 74. Let us understand here, and we have to draw them like this. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం డ్రా చేయాలి, 72 దగ్గర ఒక పీక్ పెట్టాలి. ఎంత హైట్ పెట్టాలి? ఇక్కడ 73 ఉంది, 73% ఉంది. సో యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 73% హియర్. మరి 73 దగ్గర పెడదామా అంటే 73 కాదు, యూ హ్యావ్ టు కీప్ యాజ్ ఎ 100% హియర్. సో 100% దగ్గర పెట్టాలన్నమాట. అంటే దాని అర్థం ఏంటంటే దీన్ని 100% కి ఫస్ట్ దాన్ని మేకప్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో లెట్ us see the rules to find out this particular structure here. So it is given in this particular question that it is a question here. So in this particular question, it is given as M and M+1, M+2, and find out the molecular formula and also the structure here. So let us understand by using the rules here. So what is the rules here? So see here, what are the rules here? So first, check whether M+ is 100%. If not, make it to 100% to give M+1 and M+2 peak intensities here. So first, you have to check whether the M+1 is 100%. If not, make it to 100% to give the M+1 and M+2 peak intensity values here. So ante first M+ అనేది 100% ఉందా లేదా, లేకపోతే దాన్ని చేసి M+1 M+2 peak ని values ని కనుక్కోవాలి. So see here, first what you have to do here. So first, So you have to check whether M plus is 100%. So M plus 100 unda, M plus relative abundance 100 unda. So it is 73 here. So you have to make that up to 100 here. Then 100% చేయాలి. So 100% చేస్తే అప్పుడు దాని M plus 1 intensity అనేది మనకు తెలుస్తుంది. So see here. So we will make up that into 100%. How can you make up this 100% here to get this M plus 1, M plus 2 values here? So if you keep this 73 as 100, what is the value of this and what is the value of this? So very simple. So you have to do only one thing here. So simply 3.3 by 73 into 100. 73 into 100. So what happens here? So 3.3 and you are dividing with 73 here. So what happens? So you will get a particular, you will get, generally you will get the certain value here. So actually you will get the value that is 4.5. You will get the value which is 4.5, like that you will get the value here. That means you can write this as a 4.5. And if you take this one, that is 0.2 by 73, the total which is total, that is 73 here. And you have to also multiply this. So then you will get 0.2 divided by 73 into 100. So you will get the value here, that is 0.2 something, like that you will get the value here. So 0.27, like that you will get the value here. So this is a 0.2. Again, you will get this value here. So let us understand here one thing here. So that is 73 is it is given the relative abundance of M plus here. But you have to make that into 100 here. So why 100 ఎందుకు చేయాలి అంటే 100 చేస్తేనే వీటి యొక్క ఇంటెన్సిటీ వాల్యూస్ తెలుస్తుంది అనమాట. 4.5, 0.2 హియర్. సో దిస్ 4.5 ఇక్కడ చూడండి 3.3 ఉంది. సో ఇక్కడ 0.27 ఉంది. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఇక్కడ 0.20, బట్ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 0.27, ఇట్ ఈస్ 4.5 అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 100 హియర్. ఇక్కడ 73ని 100కి మేకప్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో 73లో 3.3 అనేది 73లోని ఒక పార్ట్ అనమాట. సో అందుకే ఇదే 3.3ని 100% లో ఎంత పార్ట్ ఉంది అంటే 4.5 పార్ట్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ దట్ ఇంటూ 100 హియర్. 100కి మేకప్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో అందుకే దీన్ని 100గా మేకప్ చేసిన అండ్ దీన్ని కూడా 100గా మేకప్ చేసినాం అనుకోండి. సో సీ హియర్ ద వాల్యూ ఇంక్రీజెస్ హియర్. సో 73ని 100గా చేసినాం. సో అందుకే ఇక్కడ 3.3 వాల్యూ కూడా ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది, 4.5 అయింది. అండ్ ఇక్కడ 0.20 ఉంటే 0.7 అయింది, 0.27 అయింది, కొంచెం ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది. ఇది 73లోని పార్ట్ 0.2 అనేది, బట్ ఇక్కడ 100లోని పార్ట్ ఏమవుతుందంటే 0.27 అవుతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ రూల్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్. సో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 100, ఆల్రెడీ 100 ఇచ్చేస్తే అవసరం లేదు, బట్ ఒకవేళ 100 ఇవ్వకపోతే యూ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ దట్ అప్ టు 100 హియర్. సో 100 ఇచ్చి అప్పుడు M plus 1 and M plus 2 peaks అనేది you have to find out that. And see that next rule here. What is the next rule here? Applying nitrogen rule to know the number of nitrogen atoms here. So we have to apply the nitrogen rule here. So we have to apply the nitrogen rule here. So see here, you have to apply the nitrogen rule. Remember that only for the M plus, not M plus 1, M plus 2. M plus కి మాత్రమే అప్లై చేయాలి. సో M plus which is 72 is there. 72కి నైట్రోజన్ రూల్ అప్లై చేస్తే, సో వాట్ యూ విల్ గెట్? You will get the number of nitrogen atoms here. So 72 is a even. 72 is a even. That means the number of nitrogen atoms will be even here. That means it may be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like this, so on. So you will get the number of nitrogen atoms by applying the nitrogen rule to the M plus peak here. So that is the nitrogen rule here. Next, see the next rule here. So see the next rule here, that is M plus 1 peak is used to calculate the number of carbon, and the M plus 2 peak is used to find out the presence of chlorine and the bromine here. So see here what happens here. So M plus 1 and M plus 2 here. So you are getting a particular values here. This is 100 here, and this is the 4.5 like this, and this is a 0.27. If you make up that into 100 here. And now you have to understand that the M plus 1 intensity, and the M plus 2 intensity here. So here this M plus 1 and M plus 2. M plus 1, it will indicate the number of carbons here. It will indicate the number of carbons here. And M plus 2 will indicate the number of chlorine and bromines here. So how can this particularly M plus 2 will give the number of chlorines and bromine? Because chlorines and bromine, they are only having the M plus 2 here. because the chlorine again which is 35 and the chlorine which is 37 chlorine and 35 chlorine and the 37 chlorine. If you take the bromine, so which is 79 bromine and the 81 bromine here, so like this. So it is having the M+2 peaks for the chlorine and the bromine here, but for the carbon here it is a C12 and the C13 here. This is M and this is the M+1 here. So in this way we can calculate the number of carbons by applying a particular rule here. So what is that particular rule here? So let us see, let us understand this. So is there now, this is the 100 and this is the 4.5 and this is a 0.27. Now see here, so this M+1 here, M+1, M+1, if you divide this 1.1 you will get the number of carbons here. Remember this, I already told you in the previous session in the isotopes, I told you about this. So divide this M+1 with the natural abundance, you will get the number of carbons here. And if you divide this M+2 by the natural abundance here, so natural abundance of this M+2 here. So if you take for the chlorine here, so chlorine natural abundance is how much here? That is for the chlorine which is actually 25% here. So if you divide with 25, you will get the number of chlorines here. Number of chlorines here. So if you take the bromine here, so bromine 79 and the bromine 81 here, both are there at 50% is this one, 50% is this one here. So then M+2 by 50% is equal to number of bromine here. You will get the number of bromines here. See here. So here the actually the M+2, the value of M+2 which is very less. See here which is 0.02. So that means this particular sample is not having any chloride and the bromine here. But it is 4 point is there. That means it must have the number of carbons here. So definitely this sample will contain different number of carbon atoms here. So now let us see the other rules here. So next rule which is, so M+1 is used to find out the number of carbon and M+2 is to find out the presence of chlorine and the bromine, and the remaining mass is for the leftover atoms with the hydrogen. If not possible with N and H, nitrogen and hydrogen, check for the oxygen by adding up. So let us see one particular example so that you can easily understand this. So we have to finally identify the molecular formula and the structure here. This is the formula and you have to find out the structure here, so that the structure can be easily identified by using the double bond equivalence rule also. So let us see first what we have to do here. So so 1 minute. So see here first what we have to do here. So first what you have to do is, first you have to apply, you have to make this M+1 to 100%. So first remember this, you have to check whether the particular sample, the M plus peak here, the intensity of the M+1 which is 100% or not. So see here, the sample here, the M plus, the peak here, the M plus, the molecular ion or which is a parent ion, this is the 100%, but it is a 73 here. So then it means that you have to make that up to 100%. So if you make that particularly up to 100%, you will get this is 100 and this is 4.5 and this is 0.27. So just now only I told you for the calculation here. And then what you have to do, so after this you have to do the next rule. See here, so what you have to do the next one, so applying the nitrogen rule. So you have to apply the nitrogen rule here. So see here, is this particular sample is having the nitrogen or not? So see here the sample, the M+2, so the intensity of this with the mass of this particular M+1 which is 72. So 72 means this is the even here. So first you have already completed, that is we have to make that up to 100%. This is completed, very good. So in the second step we have to apply the nitrogen rule. So okay, very good, we have already applied the nitrogen rule and it is a even here. So even here it means that, so the nitrogens it may be 0, 2, 4 like this. So it may be even like this. Next, in the third step, so what you have to do, very simple, you have to use the M+1 intensity to calculate the number of carbons here. M plus 1 by 1.1, you will get the number of carbons here. So M plus 1, which is 4.5. So then it is 1.1. So you will get the number of carbons, which is 4. So if you write this is 4.5 as 4.4 approximately, you will get the 4 carbons are there. This is for the 4 carbons are there. Next, in the fourth step, M plus 2 is 0 here. M plus 2 is 0. That means no chlorines and a bromine. So very good. So now till now we have applied these 4 rules here. So first we have already checked the whether the M plus is 100% or not. లేదు కాబట్టి దాన్ని 100% చేసిన. నెక్స్ట్ నైట్రోజన్ రూల్ అప్లై చేసాం. సో నైట్రోజన్ రూల్ తర్వాత తెలిసింది ఏంటి అంటే ఈ పర్టికులర్ శాంపుల్లో నైట్రోజన్ 0 అని ఉండాలి, 2 అని ఉండాలి, 4 అని ఉండాలి, కానీ ఆడ్ అయితే ఉండదు. నెక్స్ట్ ఎన్ని కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయి శాంపుల్లో అంటే 4 కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయి అని తెలిసింది. నెక్స్ట్ క్లోరిన్ బ్రోమిన్ ఉన్నాయి అని చూస్తే క్లోరిన్ బ్రోమిన్ లేవు. నెక్స్ట్ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ we have to apply for the hydrogens here. So let us understand this thing here. So here we have to understand that. So till now we have seen that we can get the 4 carbons here. మనకి ఇప్పటి వరకు 4 కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయని తెలిసింది. C4. That means here 4 into 12, that is 60. So that is 60 here. So మనకు 60 అని అర్థమైంది ఇప్పుడు. So 60 అనేది 4 into 4, this is a 48. So this is 48 here. So 48 is this particularly the number of carbons here. So total mass ఇక్కడ ఎంత ఉంది? 72 ఉంది. 72 ఉంది. ఇప్పటి వరకు మన 48 అయితే కన్ఫర్మ్ అయింది. అందులో 4 కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయని కన్ఫర్మ్ గా చెప్పొచ్చు. సో 72 అనేది టోటల్ మన మాస్. అందులో నుంచి 48 అనేది మనం కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసాం. సో రిమైనింగ్ విల్ బి 12 minus 8, this is 4, and this is 6, 6 minus 4, 2, 4. సో 24 ఉన్నాయి. సో ఇంకా 24 మాస్ మనం యాడ్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో 24 మాస్ ఎలా యాడ్ చేస్తాము అంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు సీ ఫర్ ద 5th రూల్ హియర్. సో మనం 5th రూల్ చూడాలి. సో 5th రూల్ ఏం చెప్తుంది అంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు యాడ్ ద హైడ్రోజన్స్ హియర్. సో మనం ఏంటంటే నైట్రోజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో నైట్రోజన్ ఉదాహరణకి ఒక నైట్రోజన్ ఇక్కడ పెట్టినాం అనుకున్నాను. సో ఒకటైతే బెటర్ అది ఇక్కడ. సో ఒకటైతే ఆడ్ నంబర్. సో 0 పెట్టినాం అనుకోండి. సో 24 హైడ్రోజన్స్ పెట్టాలి. సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఇక్కడ చూడండి నంబర్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రోజన్స్, ఇట్ మే బి 0, 2, 4 లైక్ దిస్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద 2 నైట్రోజన్స్ హియర్, 2 నైట్రోజన్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, యూ విల్ గెట్ ఓన్లీ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ 14 హియర్. మీకు 14 వస్తుంది కానీ 24 రాదు. సో 24 కావాలి అంటే మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు కీప్ ద హైడ్రోజన్స్ అండ్ ద ఆక్సిజన్స్ హియర్. సో హైడ్రోజన్ కానీ ఆక్సిజన్ కానీ ట్రై చేయాలి. సో 24 హైడ్రోజన్స్ మనం పెట్టలేము ఒక శాంపుల్ కి. సో ఒక కార్బన్ కి 4 కార్బన్లకు 24 హైడ్రోజన్స్ పెట్టలేము కాబట్టి యూ విల్ యూస్ 1 ఆక్సిజన్ హియర్. సో ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ పెడదాం. సో ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ పెడితే ఏమవుతుంది అంటే ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ మాస్ ఎంత అంటే 16. సో 2 ఆక్సిజన్లు పెడితే అప్పుడు 32 అవుతాయి. బట్ మనకు కావాల్సింది 24. సో 24 ఈస్ ద రిమైనింగ్ మాస్ విచ్ ఈస్ రిక్వైర్డ్ హియర్. సో 24 అనేది రిక్వైర్డ్ మాస్. సో ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా 24 అని మాసే పెట్టాలి, మనం ఎక్కువ పెట్టకూడదు. సో 24 అనేది మాత్రమే పెట్టాలి, ఎందుకంటే 48 అనేది ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయింది. సో టోటల్ ఇచ్చిందే 72, అందులో 48 అయిపోయింది, రిమైనింగ్ ఇస్ 24. సో 24 కోసం మనం ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం. సో 24 ఉన్నప్పుడు అందులో నైట్రోజన్స్ ఏమో అయితే 0 అని ఉండాలి, 2 అని ఉండాలి, 4 అని ఉండాలి, లైక్ దిస్. సో 2 నైట్రోజన్స్ ఉంటే 14 వస్తుంది. సో అందుకని అలా కాకుండా మనం ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ ట్రై చేద్దాం. సో ఆక్సిజన్ పెడితే ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ పెడితే 16 వస్తుంది, 2 ఆక్సిజన్ పెడితే 32 వస్తుంది. సో 32 అంటే చాలా ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది, అంటే 2 పెట్టద్దు, ఒక ఆక్సిజన్ పెట్టొచ్చు. సో see here, I can put 1 oxygen here. 1 oxygen here. So 1 oxygen పెడితే that means you will get the 16 mass here. 16 mass అయిపోయింది నన్ను. సో 16 mass అయితే ఇక్కడ ఏముంటుంది చూడండి నన్ను. So see here. So we have till now we have confirmed that this particular sample is having C4O. C4 అనేది కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసినాం, ఆక్సిజన్ కూడా కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసినాం. దట్ ఈస్ 4 into 12, that is 48, and 1 oxygen here, 1 into 60, and you will get like this. 8 plus 6, this is 4, and this is 8 plus, sorry, it is 64 here. See here, 64 here. Now you can easily understand this. So 8 plus 4 is 16, and this is a 64 here. So we have got till now that is 64 mass, but we have given that is a 72 is the mass. 64 is the whatever we have got now. So So that is 12 minus 4, this is 8, and this is 0. The remaining mass will be 8 here. And see here 16 mass which is for the oxygen, and the remaining 8 are the hydrogens here. So remaining 8 are the hydrogens here. So see here the final formula we have got now till now. See here the final formula is this one. So this formula you have to see here, C4H8, and this is O. So this is the formula you have finally got here. So in this way I can find out the molecular formula for the particular sample here. So ఏదైనా particular formula కు మనం ట్రై చేయొచ్చు ఇలా. So in this way I can find out the molecular formula here. So molecular formula మాత్రమే చెప్పాను. So you can find out the structure here. Structure అనేది మనం తర్వాత చూద్దాం. So by using the double bond equivalence rule, we can apply the particular structure here. Double bond equivalence rule ద్వారా మనం structure ని కూడా we can easily find out them. So this is the way, these are the rules you have to remember that. So then we can finally identify the molecular formula of a particular sample here. So once again I'm telling you, first step in the first step you have to make that into 100%. Relative abundance అనేది ఇక్కడ 100 ఉందా లేదా, 100 ఉంది అంటే ఓకే, ఏం లేదు. 100 లేకపోతే 100 చేయాలి. ఒకవేళ నెక్స్ట్ 100 చేసిన తర్వాత నైట్రోజన్ రూల్ అప్లై చేయాలి. సో నైట్రోజన్ ఈవెన్ అంటే 0 2 4 6 లైక్ దట్. సో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆడ్ then it is 1 3 5 like that. So then next third step we have to count the number of carbons here. So then in the fourth step we have to see the number of chlorines, bromine here. సో అవేం లేవు ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ 0.27 ఉంది. 0 అంటే ఏం లేదు, తక్కువ. And in the final step we have to add hydrogen and the oxygen atoms to finally to get the molecular formula of a particular sample here. So now this C4H8O, so let us apply the double bond equivalence. So to find the exact structure of this C4H8O. C4H8O. So see here, what is the double bond equivalence rules here? DBE. So what is the rule? This is what is this? So that is C plus 1 plus N by 2 minus H by 2. So see this, C plus 1, the number of carbons is 4, plus 1 into nitrogen is 0 by 2 minus hydrogens are 8 by 2. Then you will get this is 5. This is action, sorry, this is the plus, not into, this is the plus. The plus and plus 0 nothing but it is 0 here, plus 0 minus 8 by 2 nothing but 4. That means it is 1 here. So that means the double bond equivalence will be 1 here. So exactly the double bond equivalence will be 1 here. So in this way I can find out the double bond equivalence here. Now let us try to get the structure for this by using this formula here. ఈ ఫార్ములా ద్వారా నాకు ఒకటే డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ కావాలి. ఒక డబుల్ బాండ్ అంటే ఇట్ మీన్ దట్ ఇట్ మే బి ఎ సైక్లిక్ రింగ్, ఇట్ మే బి ఎ సైక్లిక్ రింగ్, సో ఇట్ మే బి ఎ రింగ్, ఒక రింగ్ ఉండొచ్చు లేదా ఒక డబుల్ బాండ్ ఉండొచ్చు. రెండు కలిసి మాత్రం ఉండవు అప్పుడు, ఎందుకంటే డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ 2 అవుతుంది. సో లైక్ దట్. సో అందుకే ఇందులో డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ 1 వచ్చిందంటే ఇట్ మే బి 1 రింగ్ ఆర్ 1 డబుల్ బాండ్. ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఉండదు. ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ అంటే మళ్ళీ 2 కావాలి డబుల్ బాండ్ అంటే. సో సీ హియర్. So remember that once again I'm telling you, if you take the sample like this. So ఉదాహరణకు ఒక sample ఇట్లా వచ్చింది అనుకున్నా. So let us take a sample here. So ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఎంత అంటే, so let us take, see here. సో ఇక్కడ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఎంత అంటే మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా చెప్పొచ్చు. ఎన్ని పై బాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి అంటే 3 పై బాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ప్లస్ ఎన్ని రింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి 2 రింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో టోటల్ 5 వస్తే ఈ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇట్లా రాయొచ్చు అనమాట. సో ఉదాహరణకి ఇంకా వేరే స్ట్రక్చర్ చూద్దాం. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇట్లా ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఎంత అంటే రింగ్స్ ప్లస్ డబుల్ బాండ్స్ చూడాలి. డబుల్ బాండ్ ఒకటి ఉంది అండ్ రింగ్స్ వచ్చేసరికి 2 రింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో టోటల్ 3. సో ఇట్లా అనమాట. సో సీ హియర్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ లైక్ దిస్, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఎంత అంటే డిబిఈ ఇక్కడ ఎంత అంటే ఓన్లీ 1, ఒకటే పై బాండ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి. లేదు ఉదాహరణకి ఇక్కడ ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ ఉంది అనుకో, అప్పుడు దాని అర్థం ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ అప్పుడు 3 రాదు. సో ఇక్కడ 1 కాదు. డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ నౌ ఇట్ విల్ బి 3 హియర్. నౌ ఇట్ విల్ బి 3 హియర్. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఒక పై బాండ్ ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ 2 పై బాండ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ అంటేనే 2 పై బాండ్స్ హియర్. దెన్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ విల్ బి 3 హియర్. సో ఉదాహరణకు ఇంకా వేరే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూడండి. ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ లైక్ దిస్, ఇక్కడ ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్, ఇక్కడ డబుల్ బాండ్ హియర్. ఇక్కడ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఎంత? ఇప్పుడు ఎన్ని రింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి? ఒక రింగ్ ఉంది. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద రింగ్ హియర్. ప్లస్ డబుల్ బాండ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? సో సీ హియర్ యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్. ఇక్కడ ఒక పై బాండ్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఒక పై బాండ్ ఉంది. ఇక్కడ ట్రిపుల్ బాండ్ అంటే అందులో 2 ఉన్నట్టే. సో టోటల్ 4 ఉన్నాయి. సో టోటల్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఎంత అంటే 5. సో లైక్ దిస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ హియర్. సో ఇన్ దట్ వే యూ హ్యావ్ టు calculate, you have to give the structure for this. So for the double bond equivalence will be 1 here. So double bond equivalence manaku 1 ochindi. So you have to understand this. The double bond equivalence here, it means 1 means it may be 1 double bond or 1 ring here. So the possible structure, so generally you can get like this. See here, the structure will be like this. I think the structure will be like this. Is this correct or not? We have to check. So see here, how many carbons are there? Here this is 1 and 2, 3 and the 4. Very good. This is a C4. Very good. How many oxygens are there? So 1 oxygen. Okay, very good. Hydrogens, we have to check whether the hydrogens are there. So there will be 3 hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens here, and here also 2 hydrogens here, and here 1 hydrogen. So this is 1 hydrogen, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is the 8 hydrogen. So C4H8O. So 1 oxygen. So this is the structure of this particularly C4H8O. And see here the double bond equivalence. This is 1 here. So ఒకటే ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు ఒక పై బాండ్ ఉంది ఇందులో, రింగ్ ఏం లేదు ఇందులో. So the double bond equivalence which is 1 here. So in this way we have to see the structure of a particular sample here. So this C4H8O, the structure will be like this. So not only this, there are many other structures. So this is one possible structure here. So ఇది కాకుండా మీకు ఇంకేమైనా ఉంటే you can try that. So that you can easily understand that. C4H8O here. So let us see with another question so that you can get the simple understanding. So let us say the second question. The second question చూడండి. So this is also in that particularly in the same way. The structure with C4H10O here, but we have to find out that molecular formula by using those rules here. So let us see the first rule here. For the first, we have to do nothing but we have to check whether the M plus is 100% or not. So, okay, very good. If it is 100%, then okay, we can directly give the nitrogen rule and everything here. But first, it is 10 here. It is not 100% here. That means we have to make that into 100% here. So if this is 100, this is how much and this is how much here. So very simple, you have to take this is 0.56 by 10 into 100 here. And here again 0.04 by 10 into 100 here. So how much you will get? So you will get the particular value here like this. So see here. So if you cancel this 0 and multiply with 10, you will get the 5.6 here. And here you will get 0 cancel and 0.04 into 10, you will get the 0.4 here. So like this, you are getting a particularly, so 1 minute. So see here now. So you will get the particular values, that is 5.6 and the 0.4 here. Now here the values here, this is 100%. When you make that in this 10 into 100%, then you will get the values as 0.56 to 5.6, and here you will get the value of 0.4. So that you have to understand this. So I will write these values as this is 100 here, and this is 5.6, and this is 0.4 here. This is 5.6. Now see here. So now after this is the first we have to do here. This is the first rule, and we have to make that into 100% here. So we have already did. So next, let us see the next rule. We have to apply the nitrogen rule here. Nitrogen rule here. So let us see the mass which is, you have to check the whether the mass which is 86 is there. 86 means this is the even here. So that means the nitrogen rule, if you are applying the nitrogen rule, you will get the even mass. So that is even here. So that means it may be 0, 2, 4, 6 like this. The number of nitrogen may be like that. So next rule. So what you have to do, the next third rule, which is m plus 1 here. M plus 1 divided with 1.1, you will get the number of carbons here. So that is 5.6 by 1.1, you will get 5.6. Okay, 5.6. Sorry, 1 minute, it is 5.6. Okay, this is the 5.6 here. So this 5.6 here. So 5.6 divided with 1.1. So how much you will get? Actually, you will get the 5 carbons here. So this is the 5 carbons here. And the next, which is m plus 2 here. M plus 2 here. That is, you will get the value m plus 2, that is nothing but m plus 2 is for the chlorine and the bromine here. But see here, there is the value of m plus 2, which is very less, 0.0. So that means if this value is 0 here, that means the completely it is 0. That means there is no chlorine and no bromine here. So no chlorine and no bromine here. So this is the final here. Now after that, we have to see the whatever the remaining the hydrogen and the oxygen we have to discuss here. So let us understand one by one with their molecular weight here. మనకి ఇప్పుడు 5 కార్బన్స్ వచ్చినాయంటే దాని మాస్ తెలుస్తుంది. సో మిగతా మాస్ ఏంటి అంటే we have to add hydrogen oxygens here. నైట్రోజన్ ఆక్సిజన్ హైడ్రోజన్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తే we will get the whole final molecular formula here. So let us understand this thing here. So first, so actually, so here actually this is not 0.56, 0.66 actually here. So because here the number of carbons is actually 6 here. So let us understand the number of carbons. We can calculate the number of carbons by using the m plus 1 peak intensity here. So once again, we will see all those things here. So in the first step, we have to make that into 100%. Okay, we did. And the value of this, if it is 100 here, then this value will be 6.6 and this value will be 0.4. So how can we know that? Very simple. As 0.66 by 10 into 100, you will get the value that is 6.6. So that is the value here. So like this, you have to understand that. So whenever we have make that into 100%, you are getting the values like this. And the next we have to apply the nitrogen rule. So by applying the nitrogen rule, it is the 86. That is the even here. That means it may be number of carbons may be 0, 2, 4 like this. Next rule, which is, so here then m plus 1 here, m plus 1 by 1.1. So m plus 1 nothing but 6.6. So see here 6.6 here. So this 6.6 by 1.1, you will get the 6 carbons here. So by using this tool, we can get the number of carbons here. And then next after this, the fourth step, m plus 2. So m plus 2 will give the number of chlorines here. But m plus 2, the value is 0.4, which is very less. So there is no chlorine and no bromine here. So till now we have get like this. So ఇక్కడ వరకు మనకు వచ్చింది. సో ఇప్పుడు 6 కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో టోటల్ మాస్ ఎంత అంటే 86 ఉంది. ఇక్కడ చూడండి 86 మాస్ ఉంది. సో 86 మాస్ రావాలి మనకు. 6 కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఇప్పటి వరకు అయితే 6 కార్బన్స్ వచ్చినాయి. 6 కార్బన్స్ అంటే 6 into 12. So you will get the value which is 72. Very good. So 72 వచ్చింది. సో 86 అనేది టోటల్ ఉంది. 72 తీసేస్తే you will get 4 and 1. So 14 వచ్చినాయి. సో we can add 14 here. మనం 14 యాడ్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో 86 అనేది టోటల్ మాస్. అందులో 72 ఇప్పటి వరకు ఆల్రెడీ వచ్చింది మనకి. సో రిమైనింగ్ 14 మాత్రమే యాడ్ చేయాల్సింది. ఆ 14 మేబీ హైడ్రోజన్, నైట్రోజన్ ఆర్ ఆక్సిజన్ హియర్. సో ఇక్కడ నైట్రోజన్ తీసుకుంటే 2 నైట్రోజన్ యాడ్ చేయొచ్చు, 14 వస్తుంది. బట్ హైడ్రోజన్ ఉండవు. సో మనకు హైడ్రోజన్ కూడా ఉండాలి అంటే నైట్రోజన్ ఉండదు. సో నైట్రోజన్ ఇట్ మే బి 0 ఉండొచ్చు. సో నైట్రోజన్ అనేది 0 ఉండొచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే వాల్యూ చూడండి ఇక్కడ 0, 2, 4. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఒకవేళ నైట్రోజన్ లేదనుకోండి, నైట్రోజన్ ఒకటి మాత్రం ఉండదు, ఆడ్ మాత్రం ఉండదు. సో ఇట్ మస్ట్ బి ఈవెన్ హియర్. సో అందుకే మనకు 0, 2, 4. సో ఈ మూడే ఉండొచ్చు, అందుకే నైట్రోజన్ ఉండదు. సో నెక్స్ట్ విచ్ ఈస్ ఆక్సిజన్ హియర్. సో 1 ఆక్సిజన్ యాడ్ చేసినాం అనుకోండి, 1 ఆక్సిజన్ అంటే 1 into 16 here. So you will get the 16 here. So అందుకే if you add 1 oxygen here, you will get the value here. So if you take 1 oxygen, so that is 16 mass you have to add here. So 16 mass you can add here. So that means See here. So till now we have got C6 oxygen here. That means 12 into, sorry, 6 carbons are there. 6 into 12, that is 72. And one oxygen is there, 16 here, that is 16 here. It is 8 and 6 plus 2, 8, and it is 8 here. So it is 86 here. So 88 here. So this is very high actually here. 62 which is 88, and this is 71 which is 88, and actually it is 86. So the oxygen is actually, it is also mistake here. Actually this question is something, this was actually wrong question. Let us see once again here. 72, this 16, which is 88 here. So 88 means this is definitely, this calculation is completely wrong here. So if you take this as 5, if you take this is 5, and then it is a 60, and if it is 60, then you will get 76, and 76 plus 16 you will get 12, and this 82 and plus 10. So let us understand this. Actually this completely, the problem is actually this is mistake. So once again I will see you here. Okay guys, now we will understand this. So we got now this particular solution here. So let us start from the first one, which is, so we have make that into 100% here. So next, in the next step, we have to apply the nitrogen rule. And if you write these values here, you have to 100 here. This is the 100. And this is the 100 here. And this one, which is 5.6. And this is a 0.4. The values here, if you make that 100 here. So if you apply the nitrogen rule, this is the 86. That means it is the even here. That means the value, the nitrogen, maybe it may be 0, 2, 4 like this. If you take the M+1 intensity, the M+1, which is, that is number of carbons, that is 5.6 by 1.1, you will get the value, that is 5 carbons here. 5 carbons here. Now till now you can see, you can easily understand that there will be a 5 carbons here. So 5 carbons means, so the total mass which is 86 here. So 5 carbons means 5 into 12, that is 60 here. Now the total which is 86 here. So that means we have to add the remaining amount here. So that you have to understand this. So see here, the next step, it is M+2 here. So M+2, there is no chlorine, there is no bromine here. So there is no chlorine and there is no bromine here. So here the 60 we have got with the carbons here. So that means the total mass which is 86 here. That is 6. And this is 2. The 26 we have, there is a remaining mass here. So we have to add remaining, which is 26 here. But here the, in this particular question, see here, this is 86, even number. So that means the nitrogen may be 0, 2, 4 like that. So if it is 2 nitrogen, then it may be a, then it will be a 14 here. So 14, if you take the 2 nitrogen atoms, then it will be a 14 here. That means 6 minus 4, which is 2, and 2 minus 1, this is 1. That means we have to add 12 hydrogens here. So that is not possible here. Hence, I'm not using any nitrogens here. Simply, I can use one oxygen here. So I will use again with one oxygen here. So here I will use one oxygen here. So one oxygen, that is 16 mass here. So very simple here. So see here. I will use one oxygen here. That is 1 into 16. You will get 16, and that is 76. So remaining 76 is there. The total mass which is 86. That means remaining will be 10 hydrogens are there. So 10 into 1, you will get the 10, and the total which is 86 here. So that means you can use here one oxygen here and the 10 hydrogens here. So finally you will get the structure which is C5H10O here. C5H10O here. So final structure which will be C5H10O here. So this is the final structure for this. So now let us understand that, let us try to get the structure for this. So then structure kuda chudandi, C5H10O here. So C5H10O here. So this is the final structure here, and you have to understand the structure for this. So this is the final structure here. So if you calculate the double bond equivalence, that is DBE, what is C plus 1 plus N by 2 minus H by 2. Remember this formula here. That is C plus number of carbons is 5 plus 1 plus 0 minus 10 by 2 here. So that means here 5 plus 1, that is 6. 6 minus, so 10 by 2, it is 5 here. So 6 plus 1, that is 6, and 5 plus 1, this is 6, minus 10 by 2, this is 5, you will get 1 here. So like this, double bond equivalence here. So remember that, don't worry about the double bond equivalence. ఎందుకంటే డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ అనేది ఏ ఎగ్జామ్ లో కూడా రాదు, ఇది అప్లై చేయాల్సిన అవసరం కూడా లేదు. జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ యూ ఫర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ ఎ పర్టికులర్ స్ట్రక్చర్ హియర్. ఏదైనా ఒక మాలిక్యులర్ ఫార్ములా ఇస్తే దాని స్ట్రక్చర్ రాయడానికి, సో ఐఎమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు గెట్ ఎ పాసిబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ హియర్. సో ఇది మాస్ స్పెక్ట్రోస్కోపీకి డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ కి ఇప్పుడు ఇది రాసినా రాయకపోయినా అవసరం లేదనమాట. ఇఫ్ యూ నో ద ఫైనల్ మాలిక్యులర్ ఫార్ములా, దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓవర్ అనమాట. సో మాలిక్యులర్ ఫార్ములా వరకు సరిపోతుంది. సో డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ దీనికి కనుక్కోవడం అవసరం లేదనమాట. ఎగ్జామ్ లో ఏంటంటే డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ వీటికి అడగరు. C5H10O కి స్పెసిఫిక్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఈక్వలెన్స్ ఏం అడగరు. But if you want to get that, you can get this particular structure like this. So it is 1 here. So that is 5 plus 1, 6, and 6 plus 1, 0, and minus 10 by 2. So you will get the final value, that is 1 here. So that means the double bond equivalence, which is 1 here. Now let us try to get the structure for that particular formula here, C5H10O here. So double bond equivalence, which is 1, and you can get the molecular formula, that is C5H10O. Try to get the structure of that particular formula here. So I will try to get that particular formula here. So let us try to get some particular formulas for it. So the hydrogens, we have to check the even with the hydrogens here. So the hydrogens, let us take here 1, 2, 3. Here 2 hydrogens. So here 2 hydrogens, here there will be 3 plus 3, 6, and here 4, 10, very good. And C5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very good, C5. And this is a C5H10. Here 2 hydrogens, here 2 hydrogens, here 2 hydrogens, here 2 hydrogens. So only 8 are there. So this is not correct here. So okay, so remove this. So see the structure for this. Exact structure is this one here. So this is the final structure of this particular formula here, C5H10O here. So see this particularly, you can easily understand this. So once again, I will draw that particular structure here. So see the structure of this. Is this C5H10O here? Is this C5H10O here? See here, there are 3 hydrogens here. Here also 3 hydrogens here. There are 2 hydrogens here. Here also 2 hydrogens are there. So totally 10 hydrogens, and the 5 carbons here. So there are 5 hydrogen. There are 5 carbons here. You can check here. This is 1, and this is the second, and this is the third, and this is the fourth, and this is 5. So C5H10O here. The oxygen is 1. And see here the double bond equivalence just now only calculated, that is 1 here. So that is 1. This is the 1 here, because there is a 1 double bond. So it is 5 here. So like this, you will get a particular structure here. So is this particular formula is this C5H10O. The possible structure will be like this. So you can also try other examples. You can also try with other structure here, like that. You can take like so we will leave it that. We will see in the next lecture the different possible structure by using the double bond equivalence here. So this is up to the, this is the final answer. This is C5H10O, and the final structure will be like this. Okay, now let us see the next question here. So see this question here. So this is the third question. So you can solve this. So ఇది మీరే ట్రై చేయండి అన్న, ఎందుకంటే రిలేటివ్ అబండెన్స్ ఆల్రెడీ 100 ఉంది. సో వెరీ సింపుల్, 3.5, 0.5, there is no chlorine and there is no bromine. Simply try to get the molecular formula of this particular peak here. So ఈ M+1 peak, M+2 peaks తోని you can try to get the molecular formula of a particular sample here. So ఈ పర్టికులర్ క్వశ్చన్ కి మీరే ట్రై చేయండి. So molecular formula ద్వారా, so find out the final molecular formula of this one here, and it is already given the relative abundance is 100. So ఇంకా very simple, చాలా తొందర అయిపోతుంది. So you can try this particular session here, try this particular question here. Now we will see the next, which is so this is the question here. You have to understand this. This is the application part of the mass spectrometry, that is the isotopic peaks here. So we will, this is actually very lengthy here. So we will solve this question in the next lecture. Okay. So okay, it is enough now. We'll solve this particular questions in the next lecture here. So okay.